LiteFinance, the world of financial freedom.
Hello, Trader Michael here. As always, in this video I'll run down what we can expect on the markets from the macro perspective, as well as scheduled important data releases in the calendar. And of course, before analysis, the scheduled data releases for this week. Starting on Monday with the Bank of China interest rate decision and the German IFO Business Climate Index. Tuesday will be a little bit busy. In the morning we have average earnings and claim on count change data from the UK. And later we get inflation data from Eurozone and consumer confidence from the US. At the same time, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell will testify before the Economic Committee, but more on that later. On Wednesday, we get an interest rate decision from Royal Bank of New Zealand, later German GDP for the fourth quarter and new home sales and crude oil inventories from the US. On Thursday, we get preliminary reading of the fourth quarter US GDP and initial jobless claims from the US. On Friday, it is worth mentioning that we will get the reading from the fourth quarter GDP from Switzerland. So, let's start maybe from the interest rate decision from the RBNZ, which most probably rates will stay unchanged, but many speaks in favor of future rate cuts if the situation with economic slowdown and yet another round of battle with the illness will continue. So, retail sales last week showed a 5.3% growth in consumer spending in January. This data is important for two reasons. First, consumer spending is responsible for a whopping 70% of economic transactions, and second, it helps understand the current spike in yields, which are responding to expectations of rising inflation. Now, with the rising yields, the chances the Fed will begin lowering its asset purchases, reducing liquidity, are starting to increase. Any hints by Powell about the need for soft policy will cause the dollar to fall and the American stock markets to grow. Although an overall recovery or lack of it, it is clearly behind the thick cloud of printed money injected into the economy. And we as traders are trying not to care that much about that, rather to trade what we see in the present moment. And since it is hard to keep up with the rule changing by the Fed and other central banks, like for example the US dollar and bond yields lost its correlation, we need to adapt as fast as possible. So, good luck to you and till next week guys, take care.